Hello dear students, this is Rajesh Dadich from Shivjyoti Educational Group, Kota, right? And I'm your English mentor today, and we are going to discuss your first chapter of the book Vistas, and the chapter is the third level, right? Chapter, the third level, written by Jack Finney. And let me tell you only a little bit about the writer Jack Finney. Actually, the main theme of his all writings was science fictions, fantasies, imaginations. Means almost all his stuff was based on the scientific stuff, right? So let us discuss about the chapter, the third level. And you all know this is really very interesting chapter, and it creates interest, surprise, mystery. What happened? But the thing is, no mystery is there. Actually, this chapter is based on the outcome of the imagination, only imagination, right? In the present world, everybody is too much in stress, in tension. Too much workload is there, too much tension is there. That's why everybody feels sometimes depressed, and so many people go in depression, and thereafter they feel something different. So the basic theme of this chapter is escapism. In one word we can say the basic theme of this chapter is escapism. You know escapism? I'm just running away from the reality. Yes, I don't want to, or maybe I'm not able to face the reality of the present world, right? Because of so many reasons are there, because of stress, because of tension, because of depression, because of workload, etc., etc., right? So escapism as a psychological form, right? The main theme of this chapter is escapism as a form of psychological, right? So psychological refuge is there, means man is running away from the reality. So we may call it psychological refuge is there, right? And from the reality, what kind of refuge? This refuge is from the reality. What I told you, grim reality is there. Man is not able to face that, or man is not prepared to face the reality, right? So we can say escapism as a psychological form, right, from the grim realities of the present day world. And man has a keen desire, man has a different or strange desire. What? To be in past, to go in the past. Sometimes we think that today we are very much distressed, but gone are the days when our forefathers, when our grandparents used to be quite happier. We are not as much happy. At the time people were happier, but this is just our imagination, this is just an outcome of what we are thinking. Otherwise, time never changes. Mind it, our approach to time changes, right? So this was just a little introduction of the chapter, the third level. The third level, actually the meaning of the third level is one of the stations. Yes, at Grand Central in America, New York, that is, I'll tell you. But here third level means a third world. Man goes into a different world. Third world is there, right? Man enters that third world, and that is full of imagination, and it has got nothing to do with the reality, right? So let's have a look at some points, and in this way, through these points, this chapter will be very much clear. Got it? So have a look. 3 levels at Grand Central, right? I told you we are talking about the main protagonist of this chapter, and the protagonist, main character of this chapter is Charlie. Charlie, a 31-year-old man, right? Not old, he is quite young. 31-year-old person is there, and he is overburdened. He feels that he is overburdened with work in his office. So we are talking about a moment, one summer night, he was staying in his office quite late night, and then as soon as he got free from his office, he was much in tension. So he was in a hurry to get back home to meet his lovable wife Louisa, right? So let's say, so 3 levels at Grand Central. He wanted to reach home as soon as possible. So when he got to the Grand Central Station in New York, right? So he was in such a hurry that he thought of going to the subway, right? This is the subway. So he was in such a hurry that he forgot where he was going, where his legs were leading him. He didn't know, he was lost somewhere. I don't know, or maybe he was thinking something else, but the thing is he was in different world, and that is the world of imagination. He was thinking something different. So the third level. So when he got to the subway, all of a sudden he found himself in his imagination. Over and again I'm telling you, I'm reminding you of the term imagination, right? So some way he got to a different corridor, different passage, and he kept on going, and he reached a place in his imagination. He reached a place which did not look like the present day world. Yes, this was looking just like the time of 1894. What? 1894 world, Galesburg, Illinois, right? That was the station, third level. So he was over there. Charlie loses his way. I told you, when he was in such a hurry to get back home through the corridor in the subway, he lost his way and reaches the third level where everything is quite different. I just told you everything was quite different. Their dressing sense, architecture, furniture, people's habits, style, eating style, even newspapers of that time also, means newspaper stand was there, and when he had a look at one of the newspapers, then he found that it was of 1894. It means he was in his past. In his past means he was in the past time when his grandfather was there. Okay, that was quite different from the present day world, present day station. So Charlie buys old currency. He didn't know the reality, and he thought that he was in 1894. So he wanted ticket. So he went to the ticket counter, and over there a very small archway ticket counter was there. So he told the person sitting over there that he wanted 2 tickets, right? So because he wanted his wife also to see this, to come across this, to enjoy this past, right? So he offered money. That person was shocked, means that person at the ticket counter was quite shocked, because that the money he offered to the person, that ticket person, he offered that money that was quite different from the past money, because the bills, the currency note, they were quite different. That person got irritated, got annoyed, and he threatened Charlie that he might put him to jail. He might send him behind the bars if he repeated the same thing. He looked some kind of notorious person, and Charlie got scared. He ran away from there because he didn't want to be behind the bars. He didn't want to take any kind of risk. That's why he ran away from there, right? Futile search for the third level. Somehow he could come out of his imagination, and somehow, some way he reached home, and he narrated each and everything to his wife. So whenever he tried to find this third level, he was not at all successful. He told everything to his wife at home, that he came across this kind of a strange third level where everything belonged to the world of 1894. He didn't know what was going on, and at that moment his wife got scared, got worried about his present mental condition of her husband. She got really worried. She thought that her husband might go into some kind of depression. That's why in a different way he was behaving, in a lost way. Yes, I went over there, I thought something. So means his facial features betrayed him, right? She also got worried, and thereafter narrator's hobby of stamp collection. Actually, this is also one of the reasons, and this is philately. Philately, what is philately? It is a kind of hobby, it's a kind of hobby when people make collections, good collections of things that are no more now in the present day world. So stamp collection means long back stamp collection has been going on since his grandfather, Charlie's grandfather. This hobby has been going on, and we can say Charlie has inherited this hobby from his grandfather, because he was fond of stamp collection, philately you may call it. So since then it has been going on, and Charlie also adopted it, and he got this stamp book also, collection book, right. This is really different, and it just takes a man into his past, but otherwise it has got nothing to do with anything wrong. What are first day covers? First day covers, it's a kind of process, it's a kind of practice. Suppose today a new stamp, postage stamp I am talking about, a new postage stamp has been launched, right, and I am fond of stamp collection. So to show off my hobby, to show off my current stamp collection, what I will do, I will purchase a newly launched stamp. I will buy that, right, and I will take an envelope with nothing inside that, and I will affix that postage stamp on the envelope and paste it from back and post it. I will post this envelope into the letter box. But you know what the strange thing is, on the envelope I will write my own address. I am sending this envelope to myself with a reason, deliberately I am doing this, right. And what is this? I will post it, and through a certain process this envelope will come to my address with a postage stamp of that day on that stamp that was launched, right. This is a seal, and this is just a proof that this letter, this envelope with this stamp was posted on this and this day. It will remind me long after today, it will keep reminding me of today that this is the first day of the launching of this and this stamp, right. So this is also a hobby. So this is known as first day cover. First day means the day when the stamp is launched. Cover means envelope. So that stamp of the first day is affixed on the cover page, cover side of the envelope, and nothing is there on the envelope. Our self address is there, and we have to post it, we have to drop it in the letterbox, and after a few days, after going through a certain process, it will reach our own address, and that's why we call it first day covers. Narrator finds a strange first day cover in his collection. So what happened? His wife Lucia, she took her husband Charlie to a psychiatrist, because she thought something was wrong. She thought something was wrong with her husband. So she took her husband to the psychiatrist, and his name was Sam, and coincidentally Sam was his friend also, right. So she took him there, and Sam read his mind, and he advised that he was in depression, and nothing was wrong. Actually he was in stress, and that's why, otherwise nothing is wrong. But he has gone crazy, he said. His wife got irritated, but to neutralize the effect of his statement, he changed his statement. He said that just because of overload of the work. Otherwise, I am not saying clearly that he is not happy. Initially he made this statement कि your husband is not happy. So she thought that indirectly he was commenting on her, but he rectified his statement. He said maybe because of his overwork, stress or tension, he is not happy. So in this way, but you know, a strange thing happened. After a few days, Charlie and his wife Lucia, they found that Charlie's friend Sam, who was a psychiatrist also by profession, he was lost. He was lost means he disappeared from the present world. He was not at all present anywhere, in his office, at his residence, nowhere he was found. They were searching him for his futile search, but he was not at all found. After some days, while going through his stamp book, Charlie came came across an envelope. Mind it, this is very strange. This is the gist, this is the conclusion of this chapter. He came across a first day cover. So he got curious to know what this first day cover is about. So he looked at the stamp and the seal of the date on the stamp, and that was 1894. And the address was the same address of his grandfather. Means Charlie's address was there, Charlie's grandfather's address was there, Galesburg, Illinois. Right, because earlier they were living over there only. Okay, it's fine. But when he opened the envelope of 1894, Charlie thought nothing must be there, because this is a first day cover note. So no letter, no piece of paper is put inside. So he just, out of curiosity, he just opened it. He was looking aghast. He was standing aghast. He was speechless to find the content of the envelope. You know what was there? Just a piece of paper in the form of a letter was there. And one more shocking thing was there. One more shocking thing. And what? That letter was in the name of Charlie. How is it possible? His grandfather kept that cover note, and that was the proof that the seal of 1894 was there on the stamp on the envelope. Right. And inside what he found, a letter was there inside that envelope, and that envelope bore the letter in the name of Charlie, and one more shocking thing was there. And who wrote that letter? Can you imagine? His friend, his psychiatrist friend Sam had written. Isn't it shocking? Yes, this is really shocking. And that put Charlie as well as his wife also in shock. What is this? 1894, and Sam was not there, but this letter inside the envelope is found, and it has been written by Sam, psychiatrist, in the name of Charlie. And what were the content of the letter? Sam had written, "My dear friend, I find myself in the third level now at Galesburg, Illinois, 1894, and I decided to remain here only. I am not at all wishing to return to the present world, to my old profession, being psychiatrist, right? I am too much fed up, so I decided, I made up my mind to remain in this third level only. This really exists. So don't think third level is not there." It means Sam was also depressed. Sam was being psychiatrist, no doubt, but he was also depressed or stressed. He was because of his overload of counseling, psychological counseling. He was stressed, right? So he said, he advised Charlie as well as his wife that you just keep on looking for this third level, and one day you will really find it, and you will find yourself at Galesburg, Illinois of 1894 of the time. So keep on looking for that. So in other words, we can say this chapter is based on, mind my last sentence, this chapter is based on waking, dreams, wish, fulfillment. Right? Waking, dream, wish, fulfillment. Means waking dreams. Means man sees the dreams with open eyes. How is it possible? They are known as reveries, and they reflect a single term, imagination or fantasy, which can never come true. Okay, so this is the product of that. So dear students, let's have a look at the question and answers or our important stuff. In this way, you will be very much clearer about what to write in the exam, right? So have a look. The first question is, would Charlie ever go back to the ticket counter on the third level to buy ticket to Galesburg for himself and his wife? Is it true? Is it true? What do you think? That Charlie really went to this kind of third level and the ticket counter of that so-called third level, and he was really ready to buy tickets, 2 tickets for himself as well as his wife? Is it true? Let's find out. No, not at all. It's not at all true. Charlie would never go back to the ticket counter on the third level to buy tickets. Yes, because it was just an imagination. It was just an outcome of his mind, what he was thinking because of his stress. He was too much stressed, and that's why this type of fantasy he was in. So this was not real. guesswork for himself and his wife, because third level was his imagination. That is the product of a fig, means part of imagination only, right? Do you think that the third level was a medium of escape for Charlie? Do you think? And if you really think, then why? Just give the reason, right? Yes, I do think. I think that the third level was a medium of escape. In the beginning, what I told you, a theme, escapism, right? Escapism as a psychological form, right? As a psychological form of refuge, psychological refuge from the grim realities of the present day world, and a keen desire and a strange desire to remain with the past. Is it possible? Of course not. That's why. So, yes, I think that the third level was a medium of escape for Charlie, because he was stressed. A 31-year-old person. Life in modern world is full of insecurity. Man feels insecure everywhere, right? Fear, war, worries and stress. Everybody is in tension. Different kinds of tensions are there, but that is for sure everybody has got a tension in his mind. This is just the outcome, otherwise no tension is there. It all depends on our mindset, what we think, right? So Charlie was in stress. Man has to confront them all the time, means man is the puppet at the hands of time. Man has to face all the situations, all the circumstances around him. So what? We should not run away from that. We should not escape. We should not believe in escapism. Escapism means to run away from the reality. If the reality is there, if something wrong is there, if something bitter moment is there, we should face it boldly instead of running away from that. The harsh realities of what? Grim realities of the present day world, right? The harsh realities of life, making living quite unpleasant and even unbearable. It has become really beyond toleration for man, because man becomes mentally, psychologically, spiritually, intellectually weak. So he wants to escape into a wishful world. He wants to escape to the world of his own, where he thinks that he would be living very happily. In a quite pleasant way, he would be living with his nears and dears, right? So he wants to escape into a wishful world. Charlie talks to his psychiatrist Sam. His name is Sam. So he was his friend also. So about the third level at the Grand Central Station, means what strange thing he came across. He just discussed with his friend psychiatrist Sam, right? His friend calls it a waking dream wish fulfillment, right? His friend says that you are just enjoying a dream, what is going on in your mind out of frustration. That's why, and you want this dream to come true. You want this wish to come true. This is not possible. Charlie possesses an escapist tendency. Charlie has got the tendency to run away from the current world so as to avoid the current situations and circumstances, and you may call them grim circumstances according to Charlie. Even his stamp collecting is a temporary refuge from reality. Stamp collection means old days. He wanted to, or man wanted to remain in his past like his grandfather, and he thinks that his grandfather, unlike today, his grandfather was quite happy. He was living his life very peacefully, no tension was there. He thinks, otherwise this is not real. Everybody has got some kind of tensions. We may call them tensions, otherwise attachments or duties, responsibilities, and whenever we do not find ourselves going through the responsibilities successfully, we are not able to fulfill the responsibilities or observe the duties what we are expected to do, right? So we get depressed. Next question, you can see. You will find. So otherwise this chapter is really based on imagination. One should not be in tension. It should not be our intention to put someone in tension, right? The modern world is full of insecurity, fear, war, worry and stress. What are the ways in which we attempt to overcome them? Means we can be away from, we can solve this problem. We can overcome the anxieties and insecurities bred by our inevitable existence in the world by getting involved in some practical and beneficial activities. This is the solution, right? If we find ourselves in some kind of tension, we should change the mode of our life. We should make a little bit change in our lifestyle so that we can be away from this so-called tension and we may feel relaxed, and with the re-energized way means we can get back our lost energy, and with the fresh energy we can start work again, right? Cultivating hobbies. Hobbies are very much important in one's life. They play very important role in one's life, right? Spending time with family and friends, right? We should share our life, share our thing with our relatives, with our family members, because they are real friends. With our friends, going on trips and excursions in the lap of nature, right? Pursuing meditation, yoga, meditation, they are very much useful and they give you a soothing effect to your mind, mental status, right? And exercises help us live a balanced and healthy life. A healthy mind lives in a healthy body. So we should try to remain healthy, physically healthy as well as mentally healthy. Reading good books. Yes, good books are real friends. They never ditch us. They are really good friends and they never share anything with somebody else. So we can read, we can go through good books of our own interest is equivalent to having good friends with great insight. They not only enrich us with the vast store of knowledge, they not only give us vast store of knowledge, but they give us a kind of recreation, entertainment also, and we can feel relieved and relaxed in our present day life. They not only enrich us with a vast store of knowledge, but also help us to learn from others' experience. Books. What are books? Books means written elaboration of somebody, means somebody writes the book so we can come to know the mindset of somebody else and his experience and stay rooted to some basic qualities of humanity. We can learn a lot about the humanity. Joining hobby classes or gym, attending social events like birthdays, birthday parties, weddings, marriage parties, going for outdoor games, interacting meaningfully through social networking, not the social networking of the present day world, right? I am not denying the fact that the present day social working, social sites, social networking is quite harmful for the generation to come. So we should check over that. Sites and writing diaries, this is also one of the good habits and hobbies, right? We can share what is going on in our mind in the form of words. We should scribble something on diary, because diary is the real friend. Diary means books, right, etc. can also help us relieve our in this way we can go to different places like parks and etc. and go a long way in helping us get rid of stress, boredom and insecurity. In this way we can be away from the present day world. Do you see an intersection of time and space in the story? This is very important, right? So yes, there are intersection of time and space means we are living in present, but somehow we are switching in the past. Then we are once again coming back to our present world, means time travel, right? So this is, yes, there are certain instances, examples in the story that show an intersection of time and space. Firstly, the first two levels of Grand Central Station were located in the present time. What I told you, the author Charlie was in the present time, while the third level existed in the 1890s, I mean to say 1894, Galesburg, Illinois. We are talking about. Secondly, Charlie and his wife Loza live in the present time, yet he rushes to get old currency. He knows that it doesn't exist, but still out of some curiosity, I don't know, and we do not know why he performs like this, why he behaves like this. So 2 tickets to go to the Galesburg of 1894, right? Galesburg, Illinois. We are talking about. Further, the old architecture of the platform at the third level is different from the modern platforms of the first two levels. Besides, the archaic manner of dressing by the people and the newspaper, the World, newspaper's name is the World of 1894, right? Dated June 11, This is not 1984, this is 1894, also overlaps with Charlie's real time world and existence, right? Lastly, the letter was mailed to Charlie's grandfather on 18 July 1894. And this letter highlights the intersection of time and space as the sender, Charlie's friend Sam. The thing is, it was sent to grandfather's address by grandfather himself, because first day cover note we are talking about, right? So, but how is it possible that inside that cover note a piece of letter was there, and that letter was shockingly written by Sam, his friend, psychiatrist friend, that was written to Charlie? How is it possible? Look, apparent illogicality sometimes turns out to be a futuristic projection discussed. So, dear students, that's all for today, and I hope you might have got this chapter, the third level, very well. And once again, let me tell you, this chapter is based on the outcome of product of fantasy. This is just the product of what we are thinking out of tension, right? So, never be in stress, always feel cheerful, always remain happy. This is my teaching to you. Always stay healthy, stay tuned, and see you at the time. Till then, have a nice time and thank you.